Today we are talking about the value of expression again. So yesterday I just played some piano. I had no idea what I was going to do yesterday. I had no inspiration, so I like to do about inspiration. No idea. I thought, you know what, mate? Just go and play some piano and then have a little think. And then as I was playing, I just thought, you know what, just record it. Just record it and express whatever it is you're feeling on the piano. So I did a couple of different videos. And the very first one was the one that I posted. And I thought, yeah, generally speaking, if ever I do anything piano-y, it's the first one that's the most authentic one, let's say. And then I'll do other stuff. I go, that was cool, this was cool. But I always, with these, it's just one and done. That's just how I roll, okay? So the value of expression, musically, I'm not going to express myself on drums today, by the way. I just had to play. I've just been recording it down, realised how much I've lost the ability to express on drums, but how much better I've got vocally and on keys. So, you know, I've barely worked on this over the past dozen or so years, and then that makes sense because I've worked on this more, I've worked on singing more. Learning to express oneself, how valuable is that in life? Well, I would say it is right up there with the most valuable of valuable things, okay? Simply being able to ask for something that you need could save your life. So learning to communicate, at least effectively, doesn't have to be, you know, amazing. You don't have to be like, you know, Russell Brand kind of articulation. It doesn't have to be, you know, all the words and all the context in which to use them. You just have to have a basic grasp of the fundamentals and how, when and where, with whom to express the kinds of things. And this is it. So one of the big things online with guys and girls at the moment is, oh yeah, girls want guys to be more open and more vulnerable. No. They want them to be more open. They want them to be more honest and communicative, for sure. Vulnerability, however, this word, the way we express ourselves doing this is where the issue lays. So I'd say, look, if you have no idea how to be vulnerable with the opposite sex, kind of properly, and I'm going to use the word properly because there is, you know, better ways and worse ways to go about doing it if you want to still keep them attracted to you. So if you have no idea how to be emotional and yet still be attractive, especially guys, express those kind of vulnerabilities with your male friends, yeah, with your boys. And if you haven't got any, get some. It's that simple. Go out and get some friends. Connect with people. How? Actually do it. How? Go up to people and start talking to them. How? Actually just open your mouth and words come out and they'll go It's really not that fucking difficult. And see, I get annoyed and the way I express myself is like that. Because we're all so fucking scared nowadays of all these kinds of things. And it's so silly. We should be so much more fearful of dying alone and isolated, just miles away from any kind of people, any kind of emotional connection, any kind of anything in that way, just walled off from the world. That is a much worse way, not only to die, because dying's one thing, to exist, especially to exist for any kind of period of time. It gets really tiresome really quickly. I've been there. I'm kind of still here in many ways, most of the time. So being able to express yourself, just being able to say, look, I'm struggling. I posted the other day on the F3 group chat. I said, look, boys, I've been umming and ahhing about it for a little while. But again, I don't know. I'm umming and ahhing because I don't know. Do I get out there in the world and try and date? It just looks like such an abysmal landscape. Oh my days, what is going on? Why are all the girls so rotund? I'm not going to call them fat. We're just going to say they could roll down a hill and be a one-woman demolition squad for the whole street, you know? It's sad to see because they're otherwise kind of brave. But they just haven't taken care of themselves. And I look out there and I think, no one's taking care of themselves, man. I can't see much actual respect being showed to oneself. doesn't look like that's going to, I can't see any effort out there, so it doesn't look like it's going to come back to me. So, I don't want to get out there because it just looks like such a sad place to be and so soul destroying to be there. And I'm already struggling with so many other things. But having a good relationship is definitely something I feel I really want and need and will benefit from. And I feel like other people in my life would benefit from it, because if I'm the only one who's, like, as I say, alone and jobless and this and this and this and all the things, and everyone else is, I'm just going to be more and more out of the loop. I'm going to be more and more disconnected. I want to feel more connected, so I have to learn to express myself in the right kind of ways. And this is it. So, getting out there and being able to express how you feel. So I said to them, boys, I'm struggling with this. Can you help? Have you got anyone in your networks? Have your wives got anyone in their networks? Do you know of anyone who might be single and appropriate for someone like myself? Everyone come back with nah. And one guy come back with, I'll ever see. Someone was like, try a singles event, and everyone was like, yeah, try a singles. And I thought, nah, because I know how that shit goes, and it's just, oh, no, mate, no. I can't, at least now, I can't bring myself to do it, right? So this is it. So I feel like, okay, I've still got other things I can do, but I had to express myself to the boys and say, look, I'm struggling. They're saying, mate, I really appreciate you reaching out like this. It's, it takes a lot of guts to be so vulnerable, blah, 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 blah. But if you can't just have I'm not even sure it's confidence per se, just the ability, if you can't just simply say words to someone, you're really, really, really gonna struggle in your life. And if you're early on in your life, fucking hell, it's going to get horrendous. It's going to be really sad. And as a knock-on effect, there's going to be so many other issues. So just learning the skill of being able to express oneself. Now, like I say, I do it musically a lot. And I've learned over the years, especially when my lungs have been bad, my throat has been bad, just simply noodling on piano to help get out my emotions. Now, emotions are energy in motion, or is, energy in motion. But the energy gets trapped within us, and that's why we feel like literally jittery, shaky. We cry, yeah, we laugh, and all these things. We move, we run, we do weights, we push ups, all of the things we do to get this energy into motion and out of ourselves. When it's trapped inside, and we have no way of expressing the emotion. So again, like I said, when I've been so ill, when I've been in hospital, my lungs have been so bad, my body's been so beaten up and broken, I've not had the ability to move it. All of the emotions, it just get trapped. And like in the body keeps score concept, for me now, this is why I'm in so much pain all the time. This is why I struggle so much. It's not because of the here and the now. It's because of the what has been. So I get really down and I have a really hard time so much of the time. And if I can't express, then I'm going to feel worse. So for me, being able to express on the keys without the singing, without anything else, just being able to play out how I feel. And it usually starts, and everything I play, everything always, like yesterday's piece, it's always improvised. When I play a song, it's mostly, this is what I mean to play. There's one or two mistakes in there, always. But when it comes to just me noodling, it's literally, just me trying to express emotion. So I often just start kind of sad and it kind of picks up and then I get a bit, and then it goes a bit emotionally. And, it's that flow, and it's usually the same kind of thing. I just need to get this stuff out. This is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling hopeful. I'm feeling a little bit energetic. I feel like a sense of adventure, but I feel really upset. I'm feeling really low. So I play in a minor key. All of these kind of things, it's expressing. Drums is a very different kind of energy. Singing, still a different energy. And I want to try and combine them all. So that's what I'm going to do in the channel. The piano while coming up when I eventually get around to doing it all. But the ability to express oneself physically as well is very important in this world. Like I said, in movement, and I've said it in exercise as well. Movement, how you carry yourself, how you walk, how you pick things up, and just generally interact with the 3D physical world around you says a lot about you. Now, one of the things I was going to demonstrate in movement, I never did, but I'm not going to do it here because this is a nightmare to navigate right now. It's trip hazards galore. Health and safety team have not been kind to me today. So I want to be able to move this 3D avatar, this human fleshy figure, right? The idea that if you had a computer character and it was on like a little pedestal and you could spin it round and you could look from different angles and you can make it sort of move and jump and turn this way and that way, and it's kind of got the special skills, okay, the drums, piano, singing. I want to be able to move my body, not dance per se in terms of like the tango or the salsa or any kind of formal dance that might be out there. I want to be able to move my body, full stop. And I know I can move in time. Therefore, I can move my body in time however I feel free. And I can express myself physically. Whether that's in a game of football where I might get a bit more, or whether that's in some kind of movementy, dancey, flowy thing where it's not about challenging and making physical contact at all. It's simply you free in the space. So, that kind of stuff, being able to express oneself musically, with vocals, with, percussion, and this is what I do. I'm not a pianist, that's why it's the piano. I'm a drummer who plays piano. I'm not a singer, but I can kind of carry a tune. I'm not necessarily a songwriter, although I've written a bunch of songs. So I guess these kind of things I be creative. Value of creativity coming up. So I've learned over the years, and I've specifically learned, it's been an endeavour of mine to express myself better, to express myself verbally with words, articulate myself. I often trip over my words still. I have no idea. Every single one of these, nothing scripted. Every now and again, as you know, I have my notes if you've seen these videos before, but it is all no edit, just ramble. That is one of my skills. I have such a rapid brain. All of the words are kind of up there queuing, waiting to come out, and I have to slow it all down and deliver it succinctly. And every now and again I trip up because I'm trying to go too fast in my brain, and it's exactly the same on piano, exactly the same on drums, exactly the same in all these other ways. I'm rushing. So when it comes, I'm rushing to express myself. I'm in this pain, this state of desperation. And I want to feel calm, and it's like I'm crying out to the world. I'm crying out. I need this help. I need this kind of soothing, satiation somehow. I don't know how. I don't know what. I don't know where or who from. But I feel there's this emptiness for sure. There's this injury, this kind of stuff that needs repair for sure. I'm trying to learn how to express myself. But not, do you know that some people, they just get annoyed or upset or whatever negative emotion insert here, and they just kick off. Fucking rah! And they make it everyone else's problem and everyone else's fault. And yeah, don't we hate those cunts? Absolutely. And I've known so many of them. You know what? I've even been one myself in my younger years, which is why I have worked so hard at not being that person. I've been all of the negative people. I've been all the shit people. I've been the worst. I've been the person you don't want to fucking... when I want to say about 18. I was lovely and I was horrible at the same time, okay, and this was my horrible kind of Jekyll and Hyde style, and I'd had a row with a missus and I was really fucked off, and I was drunk, of course, and I had a hammer in one hand and a bottle in the other hand, and I was marching home across town, probably 2 or 3 miles, and I'm so fortunate that I did not meet anyone in that space of time. Because they were either going to get the hammer or the bottle, because I was fucking angry. And the way I was going to express that is by taking it out on someone else. And a lot of people do it. A lot of people do it a lot of the time. Hurt people. And I was hurting. I wanted to hurt someone. Misery loves company. That kind of idea. And I had to say to myself, mate, I get it. I fully get it. I know how you feel, mate. Obviously, being me. But looking from that bigger picture, I know, I can see. Yeah, I can feel. I am you, but I'm you that's a kind of a detached version of you, a slightly more sensible, like I say, coach me, adult me. That when kid me gets a bit, kind of hopefully steps in. And I've practiced that over the years. I've learned to adult myself. Yeah, I think that's a lot of us need to just get better at adulting ourselves. I'm still working at it. Turning 40 this year, I'm still working at adulting and being a better man, being a better version of what I am, being a better rounded, more balanced version of what I am, have better timing, being more wise, these kind of things. So wanting to learn to express myself better physically, verbally, musically, and emotionally in general has led me to this place. And I'm really glad it's something I've focused on. I do feel like I'm very good at expressing myself. And oftentimes people have told me I'm very good at expressing verbally, clearly, let's say, what it is that they're trying to say. So they might ramble on for 10 minutes trying to say something, and I might sum it up in a sentence, and they're like, yeah. But I can only do that because I understand it, because I've been there. In some way, shape or form. I can relate in some way, shape or form. And like I say, because I've been all of the guys. I've been the creepy guy, I've been the awkward guy, I've been the scared guy, I've been the bully guy, I've been the in tears guy, I've been the macho guy who holds it all. I've been all the guys, I've been a thief, and I've been someone who just gives shit, whatever that person is, a philanthropist, I think, maybe. I've been all of the guys. Okay, and so it's from experience I say these things, really learning well, learning to do it with style. That's why I have humility, humour, grace and style. Learn to express yourself with style. Learn to express yourself as you go about your day, the way you dress and all these kind of things. Just be stylish, be cool with it. Be cool, be calm, or is it be patient, be brave, be strong, be wise, be honest, behave. And this is it. I kind of try and go about my days like this. So I do have my days where I really fucking struggle, and all I want to express is anger, annoyance, frustration. And I try and lock myself away for the most part on those days, and I only leave the house if absolutely necessary. On days like today, I'm feeling bright, I'm feeling happy. I started with a good workout. I'm not feeling too in pain. I'm feeling optimistic. So I'm expressing all these kind of emotions. And really, that's what we should all be trying to do with the world. It's just express ourselves in our most positive light that we can do at the time. We can't always be bright and yay, rose and rainbows all the time, but what we can do is realise the kind of mood we're in from awareness, value of coming up, if I haven't already done it. And we can just try to express ourselves in the most healthy way possible for ourselves and for others. And one of the best ways we can practice that is simply being, mindful of how we go about our day, mindful of the words that come out of our mouth, mindful of our habits. Like awareness and mindfulness, it's the same kind of thing. So take stock today, how you feel, and if you feel like you're actually getting that across in the ways and shapes and forms that you mean to. There's conversations you need to have. Think about the way you're going to express yourself and how you want to come across versus how it may come across. And maybe check in with some other people. And you say, look, if I say this, if I say that, how does it... So I checked in with some of my girl friends, and it was, look, can you just check these photos? I want to express the right kind of side of me. Everything we do is so to press is like the world pressing in on us. The express is us pressing back on the world. How are you pressing back on the world around you? Like and subscribe. No, don't like or subscribe or comment. None of that shit. Just get outside and get off your phone.